Francesca Albanese, che cazza? The chief Hamas propagandist of the UN goes up against Hillel Neure from UN Watch. This is going to be great. I heard this clip is amazing. Let's check it out. I'm Tal the Traveling Clat, your favorite Zionist prince.
Israel is responsible for one of the cruelest genocides in modern history.
Of course.
At the same time, since October 2023, the Tel Aviv Stock Exchange has soared by 213% in US dollars, amassing 225.7 billion US dollars in market gains, including 67.8 billion in the last month alone. One people enriched, one people erased. Members
erased, except for their population has increased about 80,000 people since the beginning of the war.
States must impose a full arms embargo on Israel, suspend all trade agreements and investment relations.
The League of Arab States appreciates the Special Rapporteur for her bold and courageous report.
Anti-Semites are those who support the genocidal government.
Why does the genocide continue? Because it is profitable, says the report. The method used by US and European companies used to finance Hitler continues to be used today.
The attacks against Gaza is a genocidal war.
This regime understands no language but the language of force, not the language of law, nor the voice of civilized nations.
And I now call the United Nations Watch.
Mr. President, is today's report balanced? Israel is accused of genocide 68 times. Now, on October 7th, the world saw Hamas start a war by invading Israel, firing thousands of rockets, massacring 1,200 people, including families and little children in their homes. Hamas pledged to do it again. Israel has been fighting a just war against a terrorist army which cynically embeds itself among civilians. Ms. Albanese, war is not genocide. But in your report, there's no war at all. It's only about Israel. We ask, why does your report never mention once the October 7th invasion and massacre, or even the word Hamas? Why does your report never once mention Hezbollah on October 8th? Joining Hamas's war, they began firing thousands of missiles at Israel. Why does your report never once mention the Islamic Republic of Iran, which armed and trained its proxies and orchestrated the attacks, which itself fired hundreds of missiles at Israel? They openly call for genocide against the Israeli people. Why didn't you find reason to mention them once? Distinguished delegates, this report is an inversion. Silence on aggressors, openly pursuing genocide, and demonization for democracy, defending its people from a multi-front war. Ms. Albanese, do you now understand why a Swiss university canceled your panel this week for lack of balance? Mr. President, on April 1st, you released the report of the UN investigation, which found that the rapporteur's trip in Australia was funded by external groups. Ms. Albanese, will you release the documentation? Who funded you?
We will continue then with the next speaker.
Who funded her? Who funded her, Hillel? Qatar and Iran. The Islamic regime of Iran. I mean, is it not clear? Is it not clear to anybody? Somebody who doesn't include even October 7th or Hezbollah inside of their report on what's going on in Gaza is clearly being paid by the same proxies that funded it in the beginning. It's the same source. It's Iran. It's the Islamic regime of Iran. They're not. And the thing is, I don't think any of these people are really hiding it either. Hillel is on there on stage saying, show it, show it, show it. I don't think they're hiding it. The money trail, the paper trail goes very clearly right back to one particular place. There is no point in, I don't think there's any point in their eyes, at least, in hiding it. They're proud of what they've done. Look at the way the Islamic regime of Iran's UN spokesperson says, this regime only understands one thing by force. Yalla, let's tango then. You guys want to keep tangoing? Your ship has come to an end. Your ship sailing has come to an end. The UN is a bunch of bullshit. We've talked about this a million times at this point. There is nothing there for humanity. There's nothing that stands on humanity. And Francesca Albanese is the epitome of all of that. I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you. Long time. Goodbye, Clads.
If you believe in my content and want to support me, just know your help is needed. There's a bunch of great ways to support me, being PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or joining my Patreon community down below. Patreon is the best way to support my channel, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks depending on what tier you join. Another great way to support me is by buying my merchandise on thetravelingclat.com. I regularly drop new merch designs like this beautiful hat, or this amazing shirt, where you can support the channel and get something cool for yourself. I also have an amazing Discord community with people from all over the world. Thank you so much for your support.